20 years ago when I was sort of first researching to buy my first investment property, there was just no content for property investment. There was a couple of books, 2 or 3, half a dozen at most, not really many forums or any real information flow. And to get data and research was very difficult. Okay, there were far fewer property investors in the market. You go to the bank and you'd have to find someone there to be able to help you even get an investment loan. A lot of people wouldn't be able to even write one. It was a very different environment. As property investment has evolved and grown over time, and it is an extremely valuable vehicle for us for wealth creation, the number of investors has increased. Obviously, the sources of information and things have increased. You have to stay ahead of the curve. If you do what the masses are doing and copy the herd, listen to the same sources of information, digest it and apply it in the same way, then you get commoditized returns. And when there are more investors in the market, you are then getting average returns if you are doing what the average investor does. So I find you have to continually be looking for ways to cut out and cut above the general dialogue. And for me, as a professional in the industry, if I'm listening to others as commentators and I'm digesting what they're saying, I'll go away and implement that as a business. And I'm sure you guys would really, that would be the last thing you would ever want us to do, is to do the same as others. We have to be consistently looking for ways to innovate and staying ahead of the curve. That is the only way we can generally consistently generate above average returns. We don't look at others to work out how to solve problems. We look at what is working most effectively now, and we look to improve, test and measure. But then even professionally, for me to listen to them, it's very dangerous. It's a slippery slope. I have to have very unique thinking, I guess, and the business has to be very unique in the way that it solves problems. And that is the only way we can generate consistently above average results. And there's other definitely wonderful podcasts and things out there. And I know many of the guys that do them, I know them personally, and they do their heart's in the right place. But that's probably not a very good answer to the question. I'm only saying Mike because I know Mike and the Geared for Growth podcast, he's doing this for the right reasons. He's not selling necessarily a product. He's just a really good guy with his heart in the right place, and he's very humorous. He's got some great ideas, and that podcast, I think, was a standout for me.